Maybe you obsessively consumed every bit of coverage during every waking moment and now find you have loads of time on your hands. Or maybe you were trying to ignore it, but found it taking up too much of your mental space anyway. Either way, what a relief we can all move on with our lives now, and dedicate it to some good old-fashioned TV. The American Crime Story, Assassination of Gianni vs. B. Showcase on Foxtel, Thursday, May 24th at 8:30 p.m, also on iTunes. After the runaway success of People vs. O.J. Simpson, Ryan Murphy's American Crime Story series is back with an exceedingly watchable second installment, this time tackling the murder of designer Gianni vs. Gunned down in front of his Miami mansion by a serial killer. The death shocked the world and celebrities including Elton John and Princess Diana attended his funeral in 1997. But the story of his killer, Andrew Cunanan, is lesser known, and that's what this series is really about. While the marketing has been trumpeting its A-list cast, Penelope Cruz, Edgar Ramirez and Ricky Martin, most of the show's 9 episodes are focused on Cunanan, played here with incredible depth by Glee star and Murphy alum Darren Criss. Cunanan, an openly gay man, had already murdered 4 people by the time he stood outside Versace's home. A pathological liar with delusions of grandeur, Cunanan's emotionally tortured soul was emblematic of the national crime Murphy captured in the DNA of this series, Shame. Played out in reverse linearity, the show peels back the layers of Cunanan's actions and twisted psychology before bringing it back to the climax. It's an incredibly effective exercise in empathy. It also happens to be some of the most phenomenal TV you'll see this year. Don't miss it. Be talking about your generation. B. 9, Monday, May 21st at 7:30 p.m. 9 seems like the least likely network to bring back Talking About Your Generation, the Sean McAuliffe-led madcap and ultra-video game series designed to pit generations of Australian celebrities against each other. It ran for 4 seasons on 10 with Amanda Keller, Charlie Pickering and Josh Thomas as the team leaders for their generation, eternally getting dumped on with something liquidy, or by a snarky remark from McAuliffe. So yeah, it seems like 9 is an odd fit for a show that's often anarchic, but the network must be going after those younger viewers, because it also acts the baby boomers from the competition, replaced with Gen Z, those young whippersnappers. Advertisers also care very little about those over 55, so there may be a commercial motive in the decision as well. Robin Butler, Andy Lee and Lawrence Boxhall are the new team captains, and we're sure they are ready for any dignity-sapping stunt McAuliffe has planned. The Americans. B. Showcase on Foxtel, Wednesday, May 23rd at 8:30 p.m. When people ask me to recommend them a new series to watch, I always respond with The Americans, without fail, because it continues to be some of the best written and best performed TV in recent years. And it's almost over. Now midway through its 6th and final season, you have few excuses to not binge the back catalogue before it reaches its thrilling, or quiet, climax. Not since Mad Men has there been a series where every character is so compellingly drawn that you want to know what even minor players are doing when they are not on screen. Ostensibly the story of a pair of Russian spies embedded as suburban Americans for 2 decades, this 80s-set espionage story is beating heart as the Jennings family as they try to balance assassinations, stakeouts and dead drops with paying school fees and hiding the truth from their FBI neighbor. A thoughtful series that can convincingly expound on geopolitics and political ideology as well as give you the chills with violence-fueled operations. The Americans deserves to be seen by you. B. Save Me. B. BBC First on Foxtel and Fetch, Tuesday, May 22nd at 8:30 p.m. Written, created by and starring Lenny James, best known as Morgan on The Walking Dead, Save Me is a 6-part British series about a man whose life is upended when his estranged teen daughter disappears without a trace. Nellie was living a pretty easy life, traces of alcoholism aside, on a British estate when the police arrest him on suspicion of kidnapping his daughter. Wonderfully written, James' show is buoyed by great performances from him, and Suranjodi as his ex and the mother of his kid. The missing child plot point is well-worn territory at this point, but there's an elegance and confidence in how Save Me plays out that sets it apart. F1, Monaco Grand Prix B. Fox Sports 506, Sunday, May 27th at 11 p.m. The crown jewel of the Formula One calendar, the Monaco Grand Prix has it all: glamour, petrol heads and action. With its narrow and windy track, that hairpin, it usually delivers with more bumps, grazes and crashes than a regular race. Plus, there's all those fancy yachts to gaze at and eons of celebrities hanging around the garages. With Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel locked at 2 wins apiece, and less than 20 points between them so far this season, everyone in the field will want to stride atop that podium. That's if they can cross the finish line. B. Luke Nguyens Food Trail B. BS, Thursday, May 24th at 8:05 p.m. Many reasons to visit Hong Kong. Victoria Harbour lights up quite nicely at night, but the main draw has to be the food. A delicious mix of traditional Cantonese cuisine with old colonial British influences and an exciting fusion movement means you're never left wanting for something to eat. Better to take you through the smorgasbord on offer than Luke Nguyen, a man whose tastebuds know a thing or two about Asian food. Follow Nguyen on his journey through Hong Kong as he wanders from his favorite spots to hidden gems, delighting in milk tea, congee and yum cha along the way. I'm already salivating.